Thank you so much. Thank you. To Israel Hillbrow, as usual, invite you to join us for part of the concluding lessons that we've had with Lael Bethlehem, teaching us how to read the actual Hebrew letters which jump out at you now from the pages of the Siddur. And Lael, it's been a great journey up to now, and we look forward to continuing that with you tonight. Over to you, Lael Bethlehem.
Thank you very much, Reva. Hello, everybody. So great that everybody is learning to read. We've got until 6:15, and we won't go over that. Lots of people are under pressure. I tell you what I'm proposing for tonight is that we do a little bit of reading from the prayer book, so that everybody can test themselves out and see how, don't worry, we'll put it on the screen, test themselves out and see how well we are reading. Reva, if you don't have a prayer book with you, we'll put it on the screen.
My cell phone screen is very, very small.
Yeah.
This book.
The book, okay. We can also look at the book. What about other people? Have people got the book, or have they got the people got the book? All right, so should we go on to the book? Okay, fine. In that case, I'm going to change my plan and I'm going to go onto the book. So if we are using the book, then what I suggest is that we go to lesson 9. And lesson 9 is really a consolidation of the things that we have been doing up to now. So I then suggest that we go on to page 77 of the book, which is in lesson 9. And what we'll do, presuming that we meet next week, is we'll do our best to perhaps look at the prayer book that night, but we will give people a proper notice. So lesson 9, page 77. What these really are is it is just examples of real Hebrew words. So why don't we see how well we can read them? Please remember, if you see the shva, the silent vowel, next to another vowel, just say the other vowel. It doesn't influence the other vowel at all. So I think what I'm going to do is let's see if anybody would like to volunteer for line 1, and we'll just go through it that way. These are all real Hebrew words. Line 1, any volunteer?
I'll take it.
Thank you, Robin.
Can I just say also that in shul, reading the prayer book,
Yes.
it does become easier, but you can't keep up with the prayers. So I then go over to the transliteration at some point, you know.
Right. And you know what, Rob, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I guess it's like anything. You learn how to process a thing mechanically, and then later on, your brain gets so used to doing it that you can do it at speed. But it takes time to do that. Yeah. And the only way, so I'm glad if you are looking at it in the Hebrew, in the prayer book, but then you also don't want to be like stuck behind where the rabbi is now, or the reader. So really the thing is to try and do it in between if possible. Or in our lesson.
Also, like reading the words like we do, it makes it quicker to learn to read.
Yes.
So when you're saying the prayers, you can either say them from memory, or if you're reading it. So it is about just reading more and more, and then the letters become more and more like they jump out easier.
That's right. Exactly right. And what I hope people will do maybe over the holidays is just to take the prayer book with you, or even to photocopy a few pages. And wherever you are over the holidays, here or somewhere else, just to start reading those prayers in the Hebrew. And the great thing is you've got the transliteration, and you also know many of them. So if you get stuck, you know the answer. But just to force yourself through the actual Hebrew reading, so that next year when you start, sure, it comes easily. But fabulous, Robert. Let's hear you on page 77.
Adama.
Good.
Ahava.
Good.
Emet.
Yes, good.
Nachnu.
Good.
At.
Excellent. Well read. So what happened here in line 1, we had a couple of instances of the silent vowel next to another vowel, in which case you did the right thing, you just ignored the silent vowel. And we had a couple of other instances where the silent vowel sort of brought an end to a syllable. And then we just had not many of our other vowels, the ah, the other ah, and the eh. Anybody want to ask any question about line 1? Robert read it.
I can't get the screen. I can't see the screen.
Oh, sorry, because Brian doesn't have the book in front of him. So Jacob, sorry, I should have asked you to please flat the book, page 77.
I don't actually have the book.
Oh, sorry, you don't have the book. I've got the
Oh,
book.
yeah, you used to do it.
I'm so sorry. I'm definitely not firing on all cylinders today. Forgive me. It is me that is supposed to have the book flattered and not you. It's the heat. It's the end of the year. It's
All
being
of the above.
overwhelmed, all of that. Anyway, here we are. Chapter, what am I on? Lesson 9. I have got it. There is lesson 9. And we are looking for page 77. Easily done. Thank you, Brian, for reminding me that that's what we needed to do. Shalom. I don't know. There we go. So now all I have got to do is share my screen with you. And all will be well. Tell you what. Right, here we go. Now I'm going to share my screen. Zoom. Share screen. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, I can.
Fantastic. So, Robin, since everybody couldn't see that, I'm going to ask you to read it again.
Okay. Adama, Ahava,
Good.
Emet, Anachnu, At.
Well read. Any questions, anybody, about line 1? Good. Very good. Are there any volunteers for line 2? Now what we're doing is we try to see if you can actually read the Hebrew. And if you can read these.
I'll
Yeah.
try if you like, well.
Thank you, Riva. Line 2.
Bracha.
Good.
Wait.
Take it
Bracha,
one letter at a time.
B'terem.
Good, Riva.
Li.
Lee, good.
Li. Baruch Hu.
Good.
Yeah. Lil, why are those 2 dots in the middle of nothing underneath the R? Baruch Hu.
Because it's calling an it's calling an end to the syllable. So it's
Oh.
bar. So it's bar, stop, hu, bar hu.
Okay. And bavayit.
Good. Bevayit. Bevayit. Very good. Riva, you're reading very well. You read that absolutely correctly. Any questions about what Riva read? Fantastic. Well done. People are reading. Who is going to read for us line 3?
I can.
Thank you.
Gola,
G. It's not go, but G, because it's G.
G.
Does everyone understand why it's G? So that Shva says to us, say
Yeah.
the sound of the letter. What is it? What does the Gimel say? It says G. G, U, La.
Gula, Gadlecha,
Good.
Gavia,
Good. So that was good. That dot inside the Yud, it doesn't mean anything. It's just there to irritate you. Same with the dot inside the Gimel. Gavia.
Ganov,
Good.
Gamarti.
Gamarti. Well done. Gamarti means I have finished. And there you go. You have Gamarti. Well done, Marian. Now, I want to know, Brian, Marlene, other Brian,
I can,
Jacob?
whichever, you tell me who starts.
Okay, Brian Siegel, you read for us
Devarim,
on line 4. Yes, hold on a second. Let me just do that. Line 4, please, Brian.
Devarim,
Good.
Dara, Ki,
Darki. So you see that
Daki
Shfa
is
makes a division. It's like the end of the syllable. Darki.
Daki, Devora,
Devora. And Brian, what's Devora?
it's a person's name.
Good. And what's the name in English?
Deborah.
Deborah,
Well done. And last one.
Dara, Shah.
Good. And Brian, what's a Darasha?
Russia.
I don't know.
You do. It's a drasha. So you speak about the you speak about the sermon. You speak about the Torah portion for the week. It's called a drasha. There it is. Darasha. Darasha. Well done,
Thank you.
Brian. Well done. Jacob, Marlene, Brian. Anybody else want to read line 5?
Okay, I'll take a chance.
Thank you.
Himlichum.
Good.
Halichut. Halum.
Hali.
Halum.
Good. But give me the Halichot. Well done. You're reading nicely, Jacob. Hamlichu, halcha, halichot, halom. You're reading very nicely, Jacob. We don't often have the privilege of hearing you. I'm very, very pleased to be hearing you. Mom, you want to try line 6? I don't know if you can be heard or hear us.
Okay.
Good. Line 6.
Belech,
Good.
Vedabar,
Good.
Ve'elech,
Good.
Veze,
Good.
Ve'echad.
100%. Mea achuz.
Thank you.
Sure, everybody is reading. Huh?
Dad's not here.
Okay, that's fine, but everybody is reading. So let me not make it too tedious for us all. Let me just read, and you make sure that what I read is what you also see. If not, then say so. Zacharti. You see that shva? It's just ending the syllable. Zacharti. Zilpa. Zman. Zaydim. Zakena. Zacharti. Zilpa. Anyone remember who Zilpa is?
Yeah, she's someone in the Torah.
That's right. That's right. Zilpa and her friend Mipna or somebody like that. Zilpa, and they were the midwives who continued to deliver Jewish boys.
Yes.
Once and who saved the Jewish boys once the Pharaoh said that no Jew should be no Jewish male boy should be kept alive. They should all be killed. That's who Zilpa was. Zman. Does anyone know what the word Zman means?
Zman.
Zman cheretenu. Zman cheretenu. Zman, the time. Zman cheretenu, the time of our freedom. Zaydim and Zikna. Good, page 8. Line 8. Chadasha. Chet. Chasadim. Chevli. So. I'll do those again. Chadasha. Chet. Chasadim. Chevli. So. So you can see again how the shva just breaks up the word. Chevli. Just makes it into 2 syllables. So makes it into 2 syllables. That aleph doesn't say anything. Chet. If the Aleph wasn't there, same story. Chadasha means new. Good. Page line 9. If there are no questions, sorry, I see I photocopied it. Squiff.
Lel, could you do the last word, please, on line 8 again?
Sure. Chef. So.
Chefzo. Okay, thanks.
Chefzo. Line 9. Tehora.
Ra.
Tamo. Tapchem. Top. Lay. And tov. I'll do that again. Tehora. Tamo. Tapchem. Tov. Lay. Tov. Any questions? Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. Oh God, the soul you have given me is pure. Tehora, pure. Tehorahi. Tamo, tapchem, tov lay, and tov. Yom tov, we all know tov. Tov is good. All right, I got 3 lines left. I'm looking again for volunteers. Robs, thank you.
Yedaber,
Good,
Yaakov,
good,
Yisrael,
good.
Yehuda, Yitzchak.
Excellent. So you'll recognize a few words there. Yedaber, to speak by Yedaber Adonai el Moshe. And God spoke to Moses. Yaakov is?
Jacob.
Yaakov's other name is?
Israel. Israel.
Exactly right. And then here is Yehuda.
Judah.
And Yitzchak.
Isaac.
There you go. Well done, Robs. Beautifully read.
Thanks.
Any volunteer for line 11?
Can I try again?
Jacob. Sorry, was that Jacob or was it Brian?
I don't mind.
Jacob, go for it.
Ketavtim,
Good,
Ka'asher,
good.
Ketuva,
Ketuba,
Abba,
good.
Kohanim.
Very well done, Jacob. You really
Sorry.
are reading very well. And tell us what you recognize on line 11.
Kohanim, Cohen.
Good, the Kohanim. What
and
else?
Ka'asher. Kosher.
Good, kasher. Yeah. Oh no, so that it's like kasher is a familiar word. Kasher means when or according to which, and we hear it quite often. Kasher diber, according to which Moses spoke to the people of Israel. But it's not the kashrut is written with a kuf. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. Kashrut is with a kaf, but there's no aleph.
Oh, yeah,
Kasher,
that's right. No, I don't.
Yeah. But if you think about the sign you see on the food, it is a kuf, kashrut, but it doesn't have an aleph in the middle. But well done there. And what's a ketubah?
Ketubah marriage certificate.
Well done, Jacob. Well done. Volunteer for line 12. Who was
I'll
it?
do 12 now.
Thanks, Mom.
Lifnei,
Good.
lahadlich,
Lahad. Lahad.
lahadlich,
Lahadlik. Lahadlik.
levarech,
Good.
olam va'ed.
Well recognized.
Lahadlik,
Lahadlik. Ner shel Shabbat. Good.
levarech,
Levarech et amcha Yisrael, to bless.
olam va'ed.
The Olam Va'ed we see quite regularly, and Lifnei means before. Lifnei B'nai Yisrael. Well done, Mom. Reading beautifully.
Thank
I'm
you.
going on to the next page, which is page 78. There's lots more to read. Who's my volunteer for line 13? Is it you, Brian?
I can.
Right. Oh.
Okay. And Marion?
Ma
Well,
aseh
Good.
mitzvah mishpacha
Good.
modecha.
Me'odecha. Well done. You recognize lots of those, a mitzvah. And what's the mishpocha?
Family.
That's right. Mishpacha is a family. Or in Yiddish, mishpocha. Well done, Marion. Reva, was that you volunteering for number 14?
I volunteered for the last 3
Oh.
lines.
Oh, sorry, Reva. Sorry, forgive me. Let me shift my gallery so I can see you. There, I see you now.
I'm teasing you. Now let me try and see what I can do with 14. Okay.
Yeah.
Ne'emar.
Good. Now, well done, Reva. Now, you did very well because you had to ignore that little silent vowel there. And you did ignore it. Well done. Ne'emar.
And again, Ne'eman.
Well done, Reva.
Wow. Okay. Neshama.
Neshama. Neshama. Good.
Neshama.
There you
Yes.
go.
Nevi'im.
Nevi'im. Good.
And Na'ami.
Very good, Reva. You are reading very well. Who
Samaria.
hasn't had a turn for a while? Maybe Brian, line 15? Brian,
I went
yeah, line.
to 15. Shalach, Sad Pa Rim,
Just hold on, let's just get the first one again. So what's your first
Salach.
letter?
Salach,
Slach, that's right. Salach or slach, that's right. Slach lanu. Forgive us.
Yeah.
Slach. Good.
Safarim,
Safarim. Good.
Safarim, Safarim,
Good.
Sisra.
Ra,
Good.
Shan Rim.
Well done, Brian. Well done. Slach, to forgive. Slach lanu avinu ki chatanu. Safarim are what, Brian?
They are books.
Well done. Safarim are books. Sefer, Safarim. Sisra.
Sisra.
Who remembers who Sisra is in the Bible?
I remember it was from my push. It's the name of the Sisra was a soldier who was killed.
Well done. And who killed him?
I know it's in the book of the with
That's
Deborah.
right. That's right. It's in the book of Deborah. Well done, Brian. You know a lot, hey? So in the book of Deborah, there's this big battle that Deborah leads. Deborah and her lieutenant. So she's the one in charge, but she's got a general underneath her. The general's name I've now forgotten. They are fighting against Sisera. He gets knocked off his horse and goes running away and runs into one of the Hebrew camps. And he asks,
He has milk. He's given milk.
that's right, and he asks for refuge. And one of the women takes
Yael,
him,
is it Yael?
it's Yael, takes him into her tent, gives him milk, and then promptly drives a tent post through his temple.
Well, wait,
It was one of the goriest episodes in
It's actually part of my haftarah that I
Hey,
make
that's
in mitzvah.
amazing. So tell me, so was your parsha
Bashalach.
B'Shalach, same as Lulu? Because that was Lulu's Haftorah as well.
Yes.
Very well done, Brian. It's amazing. You still remember it. How many years ago was your bar mitzvah?
1957,
So some 65 years ago.
61 years or something.
60, yeah, and you still remember it all, Brian. Good for
But I
you.
go through it try to go through it for my bar mitzvah when
Yeah.
it comes up.
That's right.
It's Agwada Kobe, and I work through it.
Well done. I can see you work through it because you know so much. Well done, Brian. Let me do number 16 and then I'll ask for volunteers again.
Sorry, Len, last
yes.
word of 15, please.
Sorry.
The last word of 15, I didn't hear it.
Sancheriv. It's a very awkward word. I think it's also a name from the Bible somewhere, Sancheriv, but I don't know who it is. It's a kind of a weird word.
Thank you.
Sancheriv. All right, so line 16. El Elyon. El Elyon. Elyon. Aravim. Evenings. Ma'ariv Aravim. Avadim. Slaves. Avadim Hayinu. Ezra. Help, or the name Ezra. Elyon. Aravim. Avadim. Ezra. Line 17. Pre, or a pre-hagafin. So mechanically it's peri, and it's correctly peri. But as you become more fluent, you'll see that it kind of goes into a, what's the word? I forget now, but instead of saying peri, you say pre, or a pre-hagafin. Pene, or pene. Pelishtim. Does anybody know who the Pelishtim were?
How
Palestinian.
do the Philistines?
The Philistines. Pelishtim. The Philistines.
From whence the word Palestine comes.
Good question.
The
Palestine.
Philistines.
Yes, but Reba's asking, does it come from the same? I don't know.
Doesn't it come from the Romans? Gave the name.
But did they take it from the Philistines?
Yes.
Maybe they did. Very interesting question, Reva. Plishtim.
I think I've read that actually. So much discussion on who is a Palestinian and what is a Palestinian.
Yeah.
And the person who said the Romans took the name from the Philistines is right.
Very interesting. Plishtim. Pe-a-mim. So remember with your shva, when it occurs just with a single letter like this, so it's not breaking up a word like it is here, you say to yourself, what sound does the P make? What sound does the P make? What sound does the P make? And the answer is P. Not Pa or P or P. P.
Mim.
Pe-a-mim.
Right.
Pe-a-mim. Beautiful. Who wants to volunteer for line 18?
I can do it.
Thank you, Marian.
Tzedakah,
Good.
Tzebaot,
Good.
Yatzitz,
Good.
Salmavet.
Good. Well done. You're reading beautifully, Marian. Tzedakah as in tzedakah. Tzvaot. Adonai Tzvaot, the Lord of hosts. Yatzitz. So look here. You've got the tzadi and the final tzadi. Yatzitz. You see that? Yatzitz. Salmavet. Salmavet. Volunteer for line 19.
Sorry, I've lost you.
Sorry. We're on line 19, Reva.
Yeah, I've lost your picture on the screen, but go
Oh.
ahead without me. I'm
Sorry.
giving you that.
I see Lawrence has joined us. Hello, Lawrence. I hadn't realized you were there.
Erev Tov, shalom everybody.
Erev Tov to you. Erev Tov to you. How about Lawrence? Oh, what have I done? Sorry. Yeah, line 19. How do you feel, Lawrence, about reading line 19?
Yeah. Kichanu,
Good.
Dusha,
Good.
Krovim,
Good.
Kashto.
Very good. So you've very much got your Hebrew accent still with you, hey? Kitshanu is from the Kiddush, Kitshanu, Kedusha, Kerovim, Kashto. Well done, you're reading very well, Lawrence. Any volunteer for line 20?
I'll do 20 level.
Thank you, Ma.
Rachamim,
Good, Rachamim.
yeah, Rivka,
Good.
Rishaim,
Good, but now remember, so it's your silent, so
Ra, yeah,
Rashaim,
and Raglaim,
Rag,
Ragleinu.
Raglenu. Well done, Ma, you're reading very nicely. Rashaim, Raglenu.
Ragleinu.
Very good. Who wants to try line 21? Any volunteer?
I will know.
Thank you, Reva.
All right. Sorry.
Line 21.
Shomrei.
Good.
Shomrei. Shavitzi. Shavi.
Shavi'i.
Shavi'i. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Shavi'i.
Shachina.
Good. Shechina.
And Shelcha.
Very good, Reva. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Jacob, are you willing to read one more?
Yeah, I can.
Thank you.
Seraphim.
So just to do the
Oh,
first
so-
one for me.
Seraphim, sorry.
Good.
Simcha,
Good.
Sadeh,
Good.
Sunay.
Son A, very well done. Very well done. Robs, how about you, line 23?
Okay.
Thank you.
Tiferet,
Good.
Tehillah,
Good.
Talmud,
Good.
Teshuvah.
Excellent. Brian, what about you, line 24?
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
right. Dear,
Adir,
but for him,
for
for
Achem.
male, hakam, for
Good. Now, what can you tell us about any of those words, Brian?
Male, is that a redeemer, is it?
That's right. Gomel Chasidim Tovim. Gomel is to redeem. That's right. What else?
Oh.
Adir? Any ideas about Adir? There's a song.
Yeah, dear who, that's all I
That's
know.
right. Adir who?
I
That's
don't know
right.
what it means.
Adir
Adir
who?
Adonenu.
Yeah, Adir Adonenu. Exalted. Exalted. And what about Hamvorach?
No.
Come on, Brian. Hamvorach.
Amvarach le'olam va'ed.
That's right. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach.
Look,
Le'olam va'ed.
praises.
Yeah, that's right. Who is blessed? Baruch Adonai Hamvorach. Blessed is God who is blessed. Very well done. Lawrence, could you do us line 25?
Chilek,
Chelek, good.
Titafot,
Totafot, good.
Yetzir,
Yetzir, good.
Kichlot,
Kichlot,
Lot, Nakdish.
Nakdish, you got it. You got it. So, ladies and gents, honestly, there's hardly anything left to teach you. Here are some words from Synagogue Life. menorah, kippah, tefillin, talit, shofar, ner tamid, Aron HaKodesh, Yad, Bar Mitzvah, Bat Mitzvah. Now let me just go to the other column. Torah, Bima, Sidur, Chazan. So these are all on page, where are they? Sorry, just getting the page. They are on page 79. So there are some lovely words to be able to easily recognize: menorah, kippah, tefillin, talit, shofar, Torah, bima, sidur, chazan, and rabbi, rav. And then ner tamid, Aron kodesh, yad, bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah. Any questions about what any of those things are? Do we all know?
Yeah.
We know what a menorah, we know what a kippah, tefillin, talit, shofar, Torah, bima, sidur, chazan, rav. Ner tamid is the light that is above the Torah, the eternal light. Aron kodesh is the ark, the holy ark. Kodesh is, kadosh is holy. Aron, it actually means a cupboard. Aron kodesh, the holy cupboard, the holy ark. Yad is the pointer, or also your hand. Bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah. That brings us to the end of lesson 9. Now there is a lesson 10. The lesson 10 takes us through some, what they call here, difficult words and unusual endings. There's nothing really there except that what they do is they take us through the Kaddish. The Kaddish, because the Kaddish, as you know, is written in Aramaic, and it's quite a kind of a complicated text. Not really, actually, but it just works a little bit differently from the Hebrew, and the words tend to be very long, like b'chayechon u'v'yomechon. Those are long words, right? B'chayechon u'v'yomechon. So not a bad idea to learn how to read those. But essentially, what the book says to you itself, you have now learned enough Hebrew to be able to read just about everything in the prayer book. In the next lesson, you'll have some additional practice, learn a few oddities and exceptions. Open a Hebrew prayer book and start reading. The more you read, the easier it will be. Feel free to go back and review any letters or vowels you are having trouble with. Go to shul. This is a great way to reinforce what you have learned by listening to others and following along. I could not have said it better myself. Next week, what we'll do is exactly that. So next week is still November. I think let's push on another couple of weeks, another 2 or 3 weeks. And I think next week what we do is we give everybody notice that we're going to use the Siddur, and we're going to go and try a couple of the prayers. In the meantime, like it says, go to shul, like Robin's been saying, listen along, use the transliteration if you have to. I think that if I think about the experience of Marian, she went from this point where you are now to being able to read fluently because she practiced a lot and went to shul services a lot. And you will find exactly the same. But I can really say, Mazel Tov, everybody. Really, really Mazel Tov. Every person on this screen is reading Hebrew well, with increasing fluency, with increasing confidence. You know all your Hebrew, you know your letters, you know your vowels, you know how to put them together. All you need now is practice. Mazal Tov, everybody. You can read Hebrew. All that you got to do now is a little bit of practicing. And
Toda Rabba Mura.
Thanks to you, Lels, really.
Thank you.
You've been an inspiring teacher.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And you know what? One of these days, ladies and gents, we're going to teach you to read from the Torah without vowels. Really, you'll see.
I think that you put in so much effort. We should call you the perspiring teacher.
It's also true. So listen, lots of love, everybody. Next week, we're going to meet
See you
again.
next week.
We're going to carry on with Hebrew reading from the prayer book. Lots of love. Erev Tov. We'll see
When
you
does the
Friday,
Hebrew
Saturday,
actually
everybody else.
start? I had it down as 6, but I think I came late.
Sorry, it's 5:30. You know what's confusing is that the Havdalah is at 6. The
Yeah.
Hebrew reading is at 5:30.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Reva, over to you.
30, thank you. Thank you.
Giving me the concluding word. I don't like the word last. I'd rather say concluding. You are more than an inspiring teacher. For someone like me, you're a miracle. I mean it. So thank you very, very much. Your encouragement and your praise and gives each of us such confidence. So thank you all for being with us. It's lovely sharing this class with you. And we look forward to seeing you, those of you who will be with us at Temple Israel Hillbrow on Shabbat, Friday night, Saturday morning, and Havdalah. Shavua Tov.
Shavua Tov, Lana.
Thanks again. Bye all.
Thank you, Lyle. Thank you
God
very
bless
much.
all. Bye. Bye, Marianne.
Erev Tov. Bye, everybody.
Nicola, my cousin. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, Yaakov, for what you do.